We have a new project coming to the channel today that we're really excited about. That it's going to be a lot of fun to do. You guys are going to kind of you didn't get to see Termite's full transformation to what it is, but you will get to follow this thing from the beginning to get to see it come to all fruition. So without further ado, we're going to introduce you to Bahama Mama. You guys have seen Erik before in some of our other videos.
Should I do a walk around him?
So he's always comes up. He's come up and helped. I don't know, on quite a few videos. He's been there and been looking for the right project for a while. And he texted me a picture of this the other day, and it was like no brainer, absolutely. So we're gonna walk around it. I'm gonna let him kind of point out some of the stuff that he's already pointed out to me, but. Some of this stuff you guys can see is obvious. Some of it maybe not so, but I'm not scared of any of it. It needs some love, but
You've seen worse.
Seen worse?
Oh yeah.
The cool thing to me about this is that the original color is Bahama blue. That you can see here in the jams, which was not a real popular. I mean, it wasn't a very common color. Like most of them were like white or red or beige or something like that.
Charcoal and stuff like that.
I had a 62 that was charcoal, but that blue is like so cool. So he texted me the other day and said that he wanted to paint it that color, and I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a good color, but I didn't know that that was the original color of this one. So
yeah, because I sent him a bunch of pictures of just a bunch of different ones, and I was thinking he would kind of take the idea that the original color is that, but
oh. What we're going to start to do, our plan is right now at the moment, is we're just going to try to get as much of this awesome camouflage off. The guy that Erik got it from hit it with a pressure washer and said a bunch of it was coming off just with a pressure washer. So we're going to just do what we can, maybe wet sand, stuff like that, and try to get the camo off to see what it looks like underneath. We're hoping that there's enough paint that we can kind of leave it with a patina finish. But we're going to say, nonetheless, the camouflage is going.
Yeah, because I mean, in a lot of spots like this, all he did was hit that with a pressure washer, and I mean, that's actually still good paint underneath it.
Yeah, it just
so yeah. And I mean, in the back right here, you can actually really see the color good because they camoed over the tag that was on it.
Nice.
So
it sat at a hunting camp. It never left the hunting camp. The old man, how old did you say he was?
93.
And he just left it at the hunting camp, and this was what he hunted in. So
didn't have any brakes. All he had was an e-brake. That's all he used. Going down the mountains, he would always just use the e-brake.
And here, I'm amazed at those. Do they still hold up?
Yeah, they somewhat hold.
That's cool.
Somewhat.
So it comes with plenty of deer blood on the. So he's got some keels.
Oh yeah, that's all blood. Deer blood.
Deer blood, not human blood.
From what we've been told, it's deer blood.
We're hoping.
Yeah.
But it's got, you can see it's got some rust. We may, if we come across a hatch, but you know, this, as if y'all are familiar with the FJs, they can be kind of tricky to come across. But this is all fixable. Like, it's some time, but that's all fixable.
And it's just that side too.
Yeah.
This side's got like a couple little rust spots, like surface rust spots. Nothing too bad. But from this point on, I mean, all that's gone.
I've had to rebuild on my Super Bs. It came out of Wisconsin, so it was rotted from one end to the other. And so I enjoy shaping metal and rebuild and reconstructing all this kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to stuff like this. Most people don't want to fool with, and they'll just throw it aside, but it's very fixable. You can see that is such a good color.
With all this, I mean, that's how easy the camo is going to come off. I mean, it all just picks off. I mean, it wasn't properly done. It's just like the cheapest kind of spray paint you could possibly do.
He was tired of them deer seeing him.
Yeah. Everybody's like, oop, there's a Bahama.
So she's got some rust around, but that's, you know, Termite was rotted. All of this was rotted on Termite when we got it, and I mean, you know, it's all solid. The floors are good. The floors don't seem like they have any. The frame is solid. All of the rockers in here are all solid. I mean, there's mud and dirt and stuff, but it's all, none of this is rotted out. So the roof's all good. I had my 62 was rotted all along the gutters. It was all just rotted out in the gutters, the one that I had. But
yeah, lots of overspray on the windows.
Yeah,
I mean, it all just comes off, and same on the trim. I mean, all the chrome and stuff is still there, and it's still there. Good.
Yeah,
it just needs to be. And then it's got tint on the inside. Pull the tint off.
You'd be amazed at what
the seats and stuff like that are still in great shape.
Just
I mean,
Yeah.
the paint. I mean, if you just did a nice little wax on that, it'd make it so nice. I'm gonna order new door seals for it. I'm gonna probably take that seat out and probably take it somewhere and have the bottom cushion redone. Just keep it all original. Probably pull the carpet out. Spend a couple days on cleaning that. Same with door panels, all that. But I mean, I just want to try to get it back to that color and just leave it be. Yeah. And then just, you know, fix the rust. You know, try to find something that's somewhat close to matching it, so that way it doesn't, you know, stand out too bad. But
dude, you see that?
Yeah, I did.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
It's gonna be a lot of combination of cleaning, mild to wild. Some just general cleaning, some cutting out and welding. If you're familiar with these, this is the 60, and so the 60s were carbureted. They had manual transmissions and they had round headlights. 62s had the quad squares. They were fuel injected and they were automatic. From what I can tell, and I think Erik said the same thing, that the 60s seem to be the most desirable. That's what most people like. But it runs really good. Like, I mean, it fired right up.
I mean, even though it might not look like it, but it does run really good.
It really does. Like, it runs awesome. So under here, we're gonna just clean for now. Just kind of do a little TLC under here, just kind of get things presentable and clean where if you have to work on something. But I think the future plans are LS swap. That Erik's gonna go for the LS swap in this.
Yeah, and there's actually a couple different companies that make adapter kits, like for mount kit and bell housing, so that way you can actually put the factory 4-speed onto the LS, which is a big plus in my opinion.
Yeah. So that's gonna be fun to do, but that's gonna be in the future plan. So I'm looking forward to all of that, man. That's gonna make a cool. It's gonna make a cool rig.
Yep.
We're also going to, we're going to keep this bumper, but
solid foundation for a good build.
But we'll have we're going to put a winch mount on it, kind of a Stinger look bar with braces over the front. We're going to build a back bumper. We're going to be building racks on the top. Pretty much everything you've seen happen to Termite over the years is going to be happening on this.
Guys, we're just going to be probably going with like a 3-inch lift, just replace all the leaves and all that stuff, because the bushings are obviously, you know, all original. So we're going to go ahead and do a 3-inch leaf spring lift, and then so that way I can clear 33s easy.
Yeah.
I don't plan on going any bigger. Some people are saying I need to do like a 35 or something for gearing wise, but I'm totally okay. It's not a speed racer, so I don't need to worry about the gearing.
It's going to basically be just a good running partner to Termite, and kind of set up to where I think Erik and I both kind of want to do the same things with you know, he wants to do in this the same thing we do in Termite and vice versa. So they're going to be a good match for one another, doing trails and trips and stuff together. So
it'll always be better to have somebody else with you on the trail.
Yeah.
Especially somebody that's kind of almost in the same rig.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not something that's, yo, I can do better.
Yeah. And the fact that he's helped a lot on Termite, we're going to be helping a lot on this. We're both going to know things, so, you know, in future, if you have breaks or anything like that, we'll both kind of be familiar with each other's rigs to a degree, so.
That's the thing, like when we go places, you already know how to fix everything on Termite, so it's like I don't have to worry about
It's a big plus.
Something that's going to come up and him be like, I don't know how this works, kind of thing.
It's a big plus knowing the build instead of buying something that's already built, because then you don't know exactly what's done. As far as maintenance on the motor and stuff like that, we're just going to go through and do all the missions to delete the smog pump and all of the vacuum. I mean, everybody says it'll run a lot better after that. So, I mean, it already runs good now, but Sammy, he ended up telling me that, you know, 1800 RPM, there was slight like hiccup here and there, but
Still has all the AC stuff.
Yep.
Everything's still in there. It's just dirty as all get out. That's it is just so dirty. But a good pressure washing and scrubbing, it's gonna make a world of difference.
it's definitely gonna be a fun build.
Yeah, it is.
I'm very excited because, I mean, I've been jealous about y'all's the Termite and everything else for so long, and like last month I started to really look into a bunch more of the Jeeps, and I was like, man, it'd be kind of weird if I got you know a look-alike. I was like, man, I just don't know how I'd feel about that. People start to say, oh, you're trying to be just like Wesley and Andrea. I'm like, but then my buddy told me about this one, and I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, man, that's a big jump to take a hold of with all the rust and stuff like that. It's not terrible, but I just don't have the place and, you know, all the stuff to do it. But then I just thought about it. I was like, talked to Wesley for a minute, and he says, man, I can take care of all that. So I'm going to give him a helping hand with anything he needs and, you know, let him do the magic that he does. I'm ready to see what he does with that fender and that door, that's for sure.
That's gonna be so fun, dolly and all that back out. I love hammer and dolly work, so getting all this back straight and aligned is, I don't mean to like sarcastically say it's gonna be fun, like it's legitimately gonna be fun.
I know, you're weird. Very weird about
Straightening all this back out, getting all this back straight with a hammer.
Excited about that one,
That one right there is a guy that I follow on Instagram. Super cool guy. But his rig is on 40s.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that's way too big. But his bumper, his cage, all that stuff is big influences for me and mine.
That's clean. It's a lot, but it's still clean though.
Oh yeah.
It flows with it.
It does. So that's, you know, big intention, like motivation and everything else. That's big time.
These were in the 80s, the FJs and the FSJs, the Jeeps. That was the luxury vehicle of the 80s. Like that was your high-end luxury vehicles were these two. So it's kind of cool to see them now, and then to see both of them together on trail, I think is going to be cool.
Position.
All right, so we're getting cold because we're from the south and we're wimps. But we're going to get this thing pulled into the shop, and next few weeks you'll see us straightening all this stuff out, making it a little less camo and a little bit straighter, a little less rust, and getting it done. Thank y'all for watching. See you next week.
Skin and Knife. He was like, oh, that's my Skin and Knife.
What's he been listening to?
I don't know. Here's a
Platoon, Songs from the Era.
another one unmarked. Yeah.
It's got a cassette. Nice.
Sounds like a Vietnam movie soundtrack.
John Henley.
I don't know him.
Oh, yeah.
It's Mr. and Mrs. Henley's son. Self tappers.
Yep.
Fix anything.
Freebies.
Land Cruisers, the horn being upside down. See how the horn's upside down? Is because they didn't want to spend the money to make.
Oh my gosh.
So they just took this one, flipped it upside down, and put it over here.
Nice.
That was one of the neat little things about these.
Sammy was really scared with this on the on that. He was like, man, I know the steering wheel's gonna be so bad.
No, it's perfect.